in 1776 under the leadership of the East India Company in Kolkata. Today on the WAC, I'm going to tell you about the only government organization that does not recruit on the basis of caste, creed or religion. The third largest military contingent in the world, the Indian Army. I've always wondered, how does the structure of the army actually get broken up? I mean, who comes after a brigadier? What is the senior most position in the army? Is it a commander or a general? All that and more is what I'm going to explain to you on the WAC today. But before I get into any of that, I would love to hear from each and every one of you in the tribe. Tell me, have you ever wanted to join the army? I know for a lot of boys, or girls maybe, it's been that dream when you were young that I want to grow up and be in the army one day. And if you did not join, what were your reasons for not doing so? Have you ever put a message out to the army and told them how grateful you are for what they are doing for us? When I was researching for this video, it actually made me want to go onto their Facebook page and leave a little salam out there to them and say thank you for everything that you are doing for our nation. There are two basic arms of the Indian Army. You have the combat arms and the support arms, and then you have the services. Let's deal with the combat arms first. Within the combat arms, we have the infantry. Now, these are those guys that actually come face to face with the enemy and they fight on foot. The infantry gets divided into various regiments. The list that I managed to produce, as you can see, has roughly 32 of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight just a few of them that I thought were really cool. If a man says that he's not scared of death, then he's either lying or he's a Gorkha. Established in 1815, this is one of the most prestigious regiments that we have in the Indian Army. Many men from the Gorkhas have won tons of gallantry awards. And guess what? Even the current army chief, General Sohag, he's also from the same regiment. And now I have to tell you what I consider to be one of the coolest regiments in the Indian Army, the Paras. Yep, the Parachute Regiment. This regiment is a voluntary force, which means that anyone that has joined it has actually done it on their free will and volunteered to be there. But it has to be one of the coolest ones, right? Because these guys get paid to skydive every single day, and they also have really cool uniforms. So that was just the infantry. Now coming back to the combat arms, it's time for us to look at the second division, which is the armored corps. This comprises of the tanks. When I say tanks, you basically think of something that is huge, that has great power. And that really is something that makes this corps have that image of being so stylish and elite. The Arjun tanks are considered to be their prized possessions. They're fully computerized and made right here in India. The Indian Army also has a very unique regiment, one that is actually among one of the last 3 regiments of this kind in the whole world. It's the Horse Cavalry Regiment. And the third and final of the combat arms is the Regiment of the Artillery. These are those long-range weapons that can cause immense destruction. They can fire up to distances of 60 kilometers, and look at these big daddies. They were instrumental in us also winning the Kargil War. The combat arms, they can't function on their own, which is why you have the supporting arms. The supporting arms, it consists of the Army Aviation Corps, Corps of Engineers, Corps of Signals, Mechanized Infantry, and the Army Air Defense. Now this division of the army, yes, it's long and a little complicated. So remember at the top of the video, I told you about the combat arms, the support arms, and services. Services, basically it includes services like logistics, the medicines, the courts, education, postal services, and many other things like that. So now that we know what the army consists of, let's find out how exactly the ranking in the army works. With this listing, I bet the next time you see an officer, you'll immediately know what his rank is. In the Indian Army, the ranks get divided by officers, junior commissioner officers, and the other ranks. Let's start with the other ranks first. Under the other ranks, you have the Sipahi, the Lance Nayak, the Nayak, and the Havaldars. In the JCOs, we have the Naib Subedars, and the Subedar Majors. And now it's time for the officers. In the officers, we have the lieutenant, captain, major, lieutenant colonel, and colonel. And after this is where the star ranking begins. It's 1 star if you're a brigadier, 2 stars for a major general, 3 stars for a lieutenant general, and a general gets 4 stars. The big daddy after all of this is your field marshal. The rank of a general, now that is held by only one person. This entire division that I have given you, imagine only one person can hold that ranking, and that is the chief of the army. This position is currently being held by General Dalbir Singh Suhag, and he is from the Gurkha regiment that I had mentioned earlier. A field marshal is an honorary rank or a wartime rank, and it's actually been awarded in the whole history of the Indian Army twice. Once to Sam Manekshaw and the second time to K.M. Cariappa. There are so many facts and so many amazing things that I could have put in this video, and I know you're going to definitely say that to me in the comment section below, but I wanted this video only to be about the structure and the division of the army. If there's something really interesting that you want me to explore about the Indian Army, let me know in the comment section. If I find it interesting enough, then maybe, just maybe, I'll look into it for you. Share all your thoughts with the people in the tribe. If you've got some cool stories or some cool facts that you want to share, let everybody know in that comment section. That's it from me on The Whack today. I'm going to catch you again very, very soon. Till then, don't forget to like, share, of course, subscribe, and help increase the tribe. I'll catch you again soon. Ciao. How many of us actually know that being grateful has a direct effect on our physical being, especially our heart? There are no mandatory standardized tests that any student has to sit for, except for one exam that you have to give in your senior year in high school.